If you master the basic cooking techniques, you can build your confidence, cooking skills, and repertoire.
Cooking is so easy once you understand the basics.
And there's no better teacher than legendary Michelin-starred chef Raymonde Blanc.
I feel like Picasso. Not quite.
He wants to share what he's learnt in his professional kitchen.
What is the Maillard reaction? Gives flavor, color, and taste to the food.
To help you achieve incredible results at home.
That's the kind of dish you will remember all of your life.
Raymonde will reveal the secrets behind the simple techniques at the heart of every dish.
If you go too high, you burn it. If you go too slow, nothing happens, it goes beige, like English cuisine 40 years ago.
From baking to roasting, poaching to frying, barbecuing and slow cooking.
Oh la la, and I mean oh la la.
And all in his own unique way.
De dormir avec toi.
Raymonde Blanc taught himself to cook. Now he will teach you.
What I promise to give you is a deep understanding of what's happening in your saucepan, in your oven. And these techniques will help you become a better cook. Most people believe that grilling and barbecuing belongs to the simplest of the arts of cooking. It is not. You can be much more ambitious.
Almost anything can be enriched by grilling or barbecuing, giving the ingredient a smoky flavour with a crisp outside and juicy texture inside.
You have the miracle, the simple miracle of the smoke and the grilling coming together to create some food which is absolutely wholesome.
The first recipe is a great starter dish, demonstrating this technique in its purest form. Grilling just one whole ingredient in an open flame. Char-grilled aubergines served in a salad.
Today I'm going to do a very lovely dish. It's a grilled aubergine, very much inspired by Middle Eastern cuisine. That you can do, of course, outdoor on the barbecue or indeed on your gas ring, very simply.
First, a trick to prevent a mess on the griddle.
I've heard of people exploding aubergines, okay? It's never happened to me, but I'm just going to take a little nick here so to allow the steam to escape. That's all. It's very important your griddle is preheated. So it's very important that the flame is in contact, okay, with the aubergine.
The griddle simply sits on top of the gas ring. With an electric hob, a griddle pan can be used.
It's got to be hot. Searing hot. It will do two things. It will bring the smoky flavor inside, and you also, of course, cook the aubergine to a beautiful, melting, pale, creamy, gorgeous taste as well.
As the aubergine skin comes into contact with the flame, it begins to wither and char.
Turn it around every 5 minutes so it's completely blackened. Oh, lovely. It's a bit more charring here. Look at that.
The skin will split to reveal the aubergine flesh.
How do I know when it's done? That's always a $1,000,000 question. The flesh should be translucent, creamy. I feel it's quite close, okay? I can smell it, I can see it, and if I can see it's quite soft, but I think that's lovely. So I'm going to cool it down until tepid, so you can handle it, so it's not hot. The moisture of the flesh will steam up, and the skin will be easier to release. The flesh is completely cooked. It's very charred outside. It looks like a mess, but inside it's going to be so beautiful. So you feel like a surgeon. And I will take my glasses because I'm going to operate on that aubergine. Okay, and I see things better. Now I'm ready to just scrape my beautiful flesh here. Gently, okay, roll it. Beautiful white flesh right here. Perfect.
Make sure the aubergine is still slightly warm. If it's cooled, the flesh will be hard to scrape from the skin.
Okay, so to finish the dish, first olive oil. It has a lovely shine to it. Okay, so now a little bit of lemon juice, a bit of salt, very little seasoning, don't need very much. A bit of pepper, freshly ground, of course. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar.
The dressed aubergine would be delicious spread on toast just like this. But adding a few ingredients will transform it into a delicious salad. Add chopped dates for sweetness and texture, pre-cooked chickpeas, finely chopped chili, and fresh mint and coriander add a touch of fragrance.
A little bit of chili. Just a bit of heat. How could a Frenchman forget one of the most important ingredients within that dish? Of course, garlic. You need very little, okay? Don't need very much. L'aubergine is quite delicate. Voila. So, of course, the best moment for the cook, of course, is now, when you're about to serve your food. Just pile it on. Beautiful sweetness. And you also see amazing textures here. So just a few chickpeas around, that's very lovely. Then you have a bit of feta cheese, a few flaked almonds, just for color, texture, and that fits so well, that culture.
A drizzle of olive oil, aged balsamic vinegar, a sprinkle of chili, and crispy croutons complete the salad beautifully.
Perfect. Okay, let's test it now. It's the moment I love the most. It's very fresh, very clean, but it's a big dish. It's not a thin dish. It's a perfect vegetarian dish as well, of course. It's another advantage. Really lovely, rich. It's amazing. Aubergine is quite thin as a taste, but the smoke and the olive oil, the lemon juice, the herby flavors are packed into that dish. It's really wonderful. It's about feast, it's about celebration, it's about happiness.
The charred aubergine is the perfect introduction to grilling. Next, Raymonde uses flames and smoke to grill outdoors on a barbecue. Here, control of the heat is key. When mastered, it produces smoky, tender meat that just falls apart. Demonstrated perfectly in his marinated chicken dish served with celeriac remoulade. Preparation begins in the kitchen before moving to the garden for the final flourish.
Barbecuing a chicken doesn't sound easy. How do I barbecue that? So you've got to think like that, and the heat never permeates inside. Okay, so there's a technique for it, which was created by the French. Who else? Sorry, apologize. And what they've done, okay, is to flatten it. Flatten it up by removing the backbone here. Very easy to remove, if you have some good scissors.
The removal of the chicken's backbone is called spatchcocking. You can always get your butcher to do this for you.
After, what you do, look, you flatten it up, you break it. Nicely broken. My marinade is going to go inside the chicken. So I'm going to prepare it. Voila, you prepare your hands, and just go very gently, don't go to the skin, so it goes right up to here. Of course, you don't want to go there, because the marinade will go in and will go outside. It's not very clever, okay?
Scoring the legs helps the heat penetrate the meat, especially important for the tougher thigh muscles.
So yeah, it's marinating time for that chicken, okay? Just turn on the heat.
Preheating a heavy-bottomed pan will bring the reduction time right down from 30 minutes to 5.
So my marinade is made of a nice rich red wine, acidity, and a bit of sweetness, the ruby port. Voilà. Vive la France. Okay, okay. No more. Okay. So, okay. Look at that. So it's sizzling. 100 grams of port. Voilà.
While the marinade is reducing, prepare thyme, a bay leaf, zest of lemon, and chopped garlic. But don't add while the wine is on the stove, as boiling will destroy the flavors.
Just let it infuse until it's completely cooled down.
When the marinade is cooled, strain and season.
Okay, a bit of pepper, pinch of salt. Okay, so all what you have to do, open that pocket, and then you slide this lovely, you can see. So yeah, just massage my red wine all over. The rest of my marinade, I'm going to paint it all over the chicken. Look at these colors, wonderful colors. All these cuts here, I want the marinade to go right in. Turn it around, voila. Painting the marinade all over. And the skin will absorb it, believe me. To make sure it doesn't take any smell from the fridge, cover it with cling film, and let it marinate overnight, eh? The chicken has been marinated overnight, and now I'm going to pre-cook it.
Cover with tin foil, piercing the foil to allow the steam to escape.
Voila.
Put into the oven for 1 hour at 150 degrees. Now Raymonde goes out to the gardens at Le Manoir to finish the dish. The hour in the oven means the flattened chicken is part cooked. meaning the meat will be perfectly tender with a deep barbecue flavor.
Oh la la. Difficult chicken, eh? You dare to do that to me. Voilà. Basically, it's very, very simple. 6, maybe 7 minutes to be safe. Okay, on this breast, 7 minutes, turn it over, 7 minutes on this back.
As a side, celeriac remoulade, a French coleslaw of grated celeriac with a mustard mayonnaise.
And I'm being nicely smoked at the moment. Oh, God. Good, very smoky chick. Let's have a look what we get now. Let's turn it around. Oh, oh la la. So I slightly overcharred it a little bit here. It goes so quick. So that's a lovely little serving bowl. So it's pretty. Voilà. Let's have a look. That's cooked perfect. Très bien. Excellent. It's like having a grilled coq au vin because all the wine is under the skin. That will be rather delicious. Barbecue chicken can be prepared well in advance, be marinated, finish off on the grill. The celeriac is ready, minimum work, so no sweat. Okay, très bien. So let's try it. That's what's the beauty about barbecue, about grilling. This is crusty outside. The fat is completely melted down. More than satisfying, I can assure you.
The marinade coating the chicken added a rich flavor. Marinating can also be used on tough cuts to tenderize the meat before grilling or barbecuing. This technique is deliciously demonstrated in this dish. Fruit marinated pork served with spiced corn on the cob.
In our culinary world, marinades are so important because they do all sorts of extraordinary things. They impart flavor, color, taste, textures, and even sometimes they can completely change the texture of a very rough cut. For example, we have here 2 pork steak. I got 1 fresh one here against this one which has been marinated for 6 hours. And you can already see the huge difference between this steak here and this one here. It's really incredible, because that one is tough, it's resilient. This one, different color, of course, but mostly the texture is entirely different.
The marinade has broken down the pork shoulder's tough fibers and cell walls, giving it a head start over the untouched steak on the right.
Turn it beautifully, even the moisture. Look at this lovely caramelization. That one much paler. And look at that beautiful succulent piece of meat. I'll show you this one where we're at. Okay?
The marinated steak is cooked through and perfectly tender. The other one, on the left, is tough and uncooked.
So let's see the difference. Look at that. Look, it's like a mattress. It's still completely raw in the middle. The heat has not penetrated that meat. And here, let's have a look. It's like butter. That is perfection. You have here the most tender piece of meat. It's succulent, it's flavorful, it's moist. It's a great experience.
Now for the fruit marinade that produces these miraculous results. It's a very specific and scientific combination of papaya, pineapple, and mango.
The papaya, of course, contains the papain, okay, which is an enzyme which is very, very strong and can really seriously break down hard textures. With the pineapple as well, which contains bromelain, which can do exactly the same thing. Unfortunately, that little mango doesn't have these little enzymes, so it will be here actually just to add flavor. Voilà. I'm not very technical. I forgot to plug my liquidizer. Oh!
To give the marinade some heat, add ginger, garlic, and a fresh red chili, plus a sprig of thyme for an earthy note.
That little thing is packed with flavor, so don't abuse it. You can always add more later. So now we're going to move on our pureeing. Parfait. Très bien. Always taste. Very warm. The ginger and the chili are just doing exactly what you're meant to do. By applying this marinade, you upgrade a rather inexpensive piece of meat into a prime cut. Voilà.
Then pop in the fridge and leave for 6 hours to marinate.
That will take about 12 minutes to cook to perfection. Well, we'll see.
As a side, corn on the cob, coated with a fiery mix of melted butter, paprika, lemon juice, salt, and cayenne pepper.
Look, these colors. They are so beautiful. Completely love it. The corn will only take 5 or 6 minutes to cook. Very easy. Let's have a look. Très bien. And look, this lovely, beautiful caramelization. Now you can put your sweet corn.
At the last minute, paint the pork steaks with a barbecue sauce. Raymonde has simply added ketchup, brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce, mustard, seasoning, and cayenne pepper to the fruit marinade.
Ah. Raymond the barbecuer. I can see the steaks are nearly ready, so you put the barbecue sauce at the last moment. Oh, look at that. Très bien. Voilà, very tender, completely succulent. As succulent as a fillet of steak. As melting as a sashimi. And you have converted that very tough joint into something quite absolutely delicious. This is really lovely.
Once you really understand the technique of barbecuing, there is no end to how ambitious you can be. Today, Raymonde's travelling to London to meet chef Dave Pint, an Australian introduced to barbecuing at an early age. His love of it grew when he worked in Spain in a restaurant famous for its menu devoted to the technique. Dave's paid homage to this sociable cooking method with a pop-up restaurant in East London, where he enjoys experimenting with a variety of ingredients.
Well, Dave, first, thank you very much to welcome me
Thanks for coming.
in your own barbecue world. That is serious oven. Look at that. It's incredible.
It's pretty warm.
I feel like a bit like in my kitchen, okay, but multiplied by 10 times hotter.
Dave's wood-burning oven reaches temperatures of 700 degrees centigrade when the red-hot embers are transferred to the barbecue.
Oh, my God, I am! It's so hot! It is seriously hot, I can assure you guys. I feel like a roast chicken, no?
The first dish Dave is going to show Raymonde is simple, fresh scallops.
Just grab some scallops.
Oh, they're big and they're fat and they're massive, they're beautiful.
The scallops sit directly on the burning wood and are cooked gently, protected from the direct heat by their shells.
See how quick he is? There's one here. Even the boss, you know.
You have to be.
Seriously hot, isn't it?
It's a very, very warm grill.
Dave knows no fear when it comes to barbecuing. Most people, Raymonde included, would be wary of this risky technique of placing food directly onto the scorching wood.
Good Welsh steak, eh? That's very clever.
Another favourite of Dave's is charred leeks. Placed directly into the flames of the oven, the outer leaves act as a barrier, while the moisture from the vegetables steams it, allowing the smoky flavour to penetrate its core.
That's not too complicated, eh?
It's super simple, but it's super tasty.
So the leeks are coming, and they look terrible, but I know exactly all inside is going to be steamed, there's going to be a beautiful smoky flavour inside.
These will be done in no time.
Oh, yes. That's what I wanted.
So,
That's perfect now. Look at that.
just got an XO sauce,
What do you have in here?
dried scallops, dried shrimps, chili, garlic, and ginger.
That is really lovely, Dave.
Let's get these leeks. The simple technique
Yeah.
is you
Take
grab
them outside.
a few of the outside ones and just straight
So you
down.
just have the heart of the leek
Just the heart.
with the most wonderful smoky flavour.
So we just give it a quick cut. Try and keep it in shape.
Yeah, these
Couple of capers, some parsley,
yeah.
touch of lemon juice, pour over some hot brown butter. It's one of those things I was surprised at, and
Lovely. Beautiful. With nice texture, nice motion, nice leek flavor, lovely smoke, all is there.
The scallops and leeks can be easily cooked on a home barbecue, but Dave's industrial-sized apparatus means he can really aim big.
What are you going to put inside?
We're going to put the trout.
The delicate fish is easy to overcook, but butterflying it lets the skin and fat act as a barrier for the heat, giving a perfectly crispy skin and beautifully moist flesh.
So what would you recommend to prevent the sticking?
A very dry skin,
Yeah.
a lot of oil, and a hot grill. Slowly bring it up just till this bit's just warm. We'll flip it over just before serving.
Lovely technique, lovely technique. And with a very crispy skin.
It's one of my favourite things to cook on the grill because it's such a big piece of fish.
I wouldn't dare to do that.
The pulley system helps Dave to control the heat and flames as they surround the fish and will prevent it drying out.
Beautiful.
Here we go.
So we're going to see how good it is. Beautifully cooked. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. That's fantastic. He's a genius. And the skin is absolutely stunning. I don't know why people leave the skin on the side. That's the best part of it.
Favourite bit.
Crunchy, absolutely delicious. Thank you very much, Dave. You're brilliant.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Great teacher. The great thing about barbecuing, obviously, is beer.
Barbecuing a fish is a delicate procedure, and Dave's pulley system helps him avoid burning the skin, leaving the flesh uncooked. On a home barbecue, this can be achieved by wrapping the fish before placing it onto the flame. The next recipe, barbecue sea bass with an Asian-style dipping sauce, uses banana leaves to protect the fragile fish.
Obviously, I've learned a great deal from Dave, okay? And Dave grilled a fantastic, huge fish with eyes like that. I'm a small Frenchman, so I'm going to cook a beautiful small fish. Well, not that small. Look at him, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Okay, very, 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 very fresh. You can see very clear eyes, very firm flesh. No smell of fishy smell. Clean, beautiful. Okay, so then you can start barbecuing. Then you are in business.
Carefully cut off the fins and tail and score the flesh, which will help the heat and smoke travel through the fish as it's cooked.
In here, we're going to stuff all our flavor.
Inside goes crushed lime leaves, garlic, lemongrass, coriander, and ginger.
The seasoning. This fish, normally you barbecue on direct heat. Here, we are going to barbecue the fish wrapped into a banana leaves. That means preventing the direct heat to burn or char the fish and protect its delicateness, cook it through thoroughly, inside out. The grill flavor will still come through the banana. The smoky flavor as well, but in a much more delicate way. And also my fish will not stick to the grill. And I'm going to wrap it up nicely. Those skewers have been soaked up overnight in water to prevent them burning.
If you can't get hold of banana leaves, tin foil is a good substitute, although the fish won't take on such an intensely smoky flavor.
Voilà. Voilà. It's not too hot. I want a gentle heat coming through it. This cooking will take 15 minutes on one side and 15 minutes on the other. What is really important is my fish cooked? Because you don't see. Voilà. Oh, très bien. Lots of smoke here in all its glory. From the sea to the barbecue. Cut it here. Voilà. Look, the juices are just nicely running out. Très bien. Voilà. You've got that lovely piece of fish here. You want a little bit of this beautiful sauce here. It's really lovely.
A spicy sweet and sour sauce will complement the smoky notes of the fish.
I've got so many herbs here. We've got about 250 of them, but I'll choose one. Just for putting this. Very close. Oh, Tetonia. Voilà. That's perfect. Voilà. C'est tout. Okay, let's taste that food. very lovely, it's sharp, the fish is mellow, flaky, beautifully moist. Thank you very much.
The banana leaves are a barrier to shield fish from the barbecue's flame, but a griddle pan can also be used to protect delicate ingredients whilst still giving a deep, smoky flavour. The final recipe highlights just how versatile grilling can be. A fruit brochette or skewer served on a bed of sweet, sticky Thai rice. This colourful dish will add a fresh, clean taste to the close of any meal.
It's inspired by one of my first travel in Southeast Asia, and I marveled not only at the landscape, but at the complexity of their beauty and of their fruits and so on. So that's a little bit of Southeast Asia. I'm going to grill fruit, exotic fruits. It's wonderful: pineapple, papaya, mango, kiwi. I'm going to macerate them to a spicy syrup and then grill them on a sticky rice.
The term macerating usually refers to soaking fruits in a liquid to soften and add flavour. Marinating is the same process, but in savoury cooking. To make the macerating syrup the fruit will soak in, start with the pineapple. Cut and save 4 cubes for the brochette.
A bowl, très bien.
Then all the trimmings go into the pan to make the syrup.
Put my sugar, with my water, 1/3 sugar, 2/3 water. Okay, peppercorns, very few.
Add mint, basil and lime juice.
This is the jus. I'm going to infuse all that.
Bring to the boil for 1 minute, switch off and leave to infuse.
So then I'm with my mango. It's a big mango, so it's a very big mango.
Next, cube the rest of the fruit for the skewers. Chop mango,
Voilà.
papaya and kiwi.
Et voilà. So I've got my fruits here. The syrup is cooling very nicely here. I'm going to taste my syrup. So we've got all this wonderful pineapple. Oh la la. Oh la la. And I mean, oh la la. It's fantastic. Really very happy. It's lovely. Oh God, it's great. So this is lovely.
Now drench the fruit with the macerating syrup. This will begin to filter through the fruit's fibres, softening it and infusing it with the heady flavour of the sweet liquid.
Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of mint here that I will use later, a bit of basilic. Voilà. Okay. Lovely.
Macerate the fruit in the aromatic syrup for 6 hours. The steeped fruit will soak up the perfume from the syrup.
Look at these beautiful herbs.
Finally, skewer the macerated cubes and grill.
Très bien, so just, voilà, place it here. You can hear the lovely grilling nose. You can smell it as well. And that will take between 30 and 40 seconds.
The fruit brochettes will rest on a bed of sticky rice, sweetened with coconut milk, palm sugar and the macerating syrup. The grill will add a smoky note to the fruit, which will be balanced by the sweet herby flavours.
So now, you have your brochette, just sit them very nicely, and then move out the brochette.
To serve, drizzle with a puree of mango, the remaining macerating syrup, and fresh passion fruit pulp.
Voilà. You see, what the grilling does, of course, it just with that lovely caramel flavor, strengthens the fruit. So delicate browning, delicate grilling, that will be perfect. That is really lovely.